you ever wondered what Amsterdam is all about? Don't just read about the culture that has accepted cannabis. Experience it firsthand with CS Travel's Sensible Amsterdam Tour with NORML. Travel to one of Europe's most beautiful cities this January for an educational and recreational visit to a city that regulates cannabis like alcohol. CS Travel has arranged an exclusive visit for reform-minded Americans that includes a private tour of some of Amsterdam's most renowned coffee shops, educational seminars with coffee shop proprietors, local law enforcement, members of the Cannabis Retailers Association, and NORML staff. Entertainment includes a special evening at the Boom Chicago Comedy Club, canal tours, visits to the city's many museums, including the world-famous Van Gogh Museum. Don't just wonder about Amsterdam, experience the beauty and freedom of this unique city firsthand with CS Travel and NORML's Sensible Amsterdam Tour. Pricing information is available online at coffeeshoptravel.com. That's coffeeshoptravel.com. Or call toll-free at 800-816-1846. That's 800-816-1846. Be a sensible American. Visit Amsterdam with CS Travel and NORML this January. Call 1-800-816-1846 right now to book your trip. More information is available at norml.org. And distributed by the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws in Washington, D.C. This is your daily audio stash, the growing truth about cannabis. Welcome to the most popular audio podcast regarding marijuana in all of America and all the world, featuring interviews with scientists, politicians, doctors, prohibition policy activists, regular cannabis consumers, musicians, and NORML staff and NORML's board of directors, along with music and comedy no other podcast can offer. You can always find out more about the show at our website, normalaudiostash.com. We're ending marijuana prohibition with education, one listener at a time. Welcome back to NORML's Daily Audio Stash. Today, it is Friday, August 31st. I'm your host, Chris Goldstein. Take a moment to join us at NORML to help end marijuana prohibition in America. Just visit norml.org to make your donation or join NORML today. It's Labor Day weekend here, folks, and boy, do we have a great audio stash to get you through this holiday weekend. We've got an interview with the Cottonmouth Kings, Daddy X, here on the program today. This is a sit-down interview conducted right here in Philadelphia at the Electric Factory, right before the Cottonmouth Kings played a show there with Tech Nine, some other groups there on stage. The interview's conducted by Rupert Kennedy, longtime friend of mine from KSFR Radio in Santa Fe. Rupert was on radio shows with me for years out there and had the chance to send him out there with this recording kit while I was down in Austin, Texas for the Austin Freedom Fest. Rupert gathered this great interview here today. Also, Suburban Noise Records and the Cottonmouth Kings have let us use two exclusive tracks here today from the new Cloud 9 album. First, we're going to hear today, to start things off before the interview, here's the Cottonmouth Kings with Free Willy, a nice little track about Willie Nelson himself. After that, we'll have our interview with Rupert Kennedy, and following that, another track off the Cloud 9 album. We'll hear City to City right here on NORML's Daily Audio Stash today, your first source for marijuana news, information, events, and entertainment. Make sure to tune in every day. Let's get to some Cottonmouth Kings right now. Here's Free Willy.
This song's going out to an American hero and anybody else who's ever been harassed or arrested for smoking the beautiful plant.
Willie Nelson's not a criminal. He busted with some shrooms and with some weed. Outlawed Colorado. Willie Nelson's not a criminal. So won't you let old Willie be free? Drinking whiskey out of bottle. He was man with a plan of freedom thinking. Good times and good vibes, it was what he was bringing. But still the government thought that Willie was a threat, so they picked on old Willie and put him in serious debt. Took his house and his car, but couldn't take his guitar. Tried to push a good man on his face in the yard, but Willie stood strong and he came correct. Paid off the tax man with the flag around his head. A true patriot, the one that started Farm Aid and made sure farmers of today are getting fairly paid. A rebel in his hay, still a rebel to this day. A true inspiration for the youth of today. So I say to everybody, come and pay your respect to Willie Nelson and think where a 30 a check goes. Cause it's going down the drain to fight wars overseas and enemies unseen. Willie Nelson's not a criminal. He was busted with some shrooms and with some weed. Willie Nelson's not a criminal. So won't you let old Willie be free? Drinking whiskey out of the bottle. Willie Nelson's not a criminal. He was busted with some shrooms and with some weed. And it can happen to you or me.
Yo, Willie Nelson, he's a legend. He smokes fuzz like the Baba Cloud presidents. You know the government, they don't like him cause he smoked a joint on the roof of the White House. He puffs clouds, he gets high. He's a rebel for the cause, you know he feels the vibes. Oh, Willie, Willie, you a friend of mine. With a red bandana like the game when he rhymes. Got the guitar, yeah, you know he drinks wine. Got things in common like Goldstein and kind. Music for the mind, freedom of speech, blue jeans. Rock a vinyl with the long sleeves. Green trees, this and that. The simple things you like barbecuing in the backyard. Be free, smoking weed, writing books. Only God can judge me.
Willie Nelson's not a criminal. He was busted with some shrooms and with some weed. Outlaw, don't. Willie Nelson's not a criminal. So won't you let old Willie be free? Drinking whiskey out of the bottle. Oh, Willie Nelson. Oh, Willie Nelson. Busted with shrooms and with weed. Oh, oh, Willie Nelson. Oh, Willie Nelson. So won't you let old Willie be free? Whoa.
That was the Cottonmouth Kings with Free Willy here on NORML's Daily Audio Stash. Their brand new album Cloud 9 came out this week. Make sure to visit suburbannoiserecords.com for more information about that album. We're going to have another track from the Cottonmouth Kings following their interview here today. But let's get to our sit-down interview with Daddy X of the Cottonmouth Kings and Rupert Kennedy, our NORML Audio Stash remote producer.
You're listening to NORML's Daily Audio Stash.
This is NORML Audio Stash correspondent Rupert Kennedy. On August the 11th, I had the privilege of attending a concert by the Cottonmouth Kings at the Electric Factory in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Their 9th studio album, Cloud 9, was released on August 28th. Described as the band's most adventurous studio album to date, Cloud 9 features appearances by Tech Nine, Insane Clown Posse, and Cypress Hill, and contains 22 tracks as well as a full-length DVD. After making my way past security on August the 11th, I was ushered to a meet and greet, which the Cottonmouth Kings hold with their fans before most of their shows. When I met the band, they were in true rock star form, surrounded by adoring fans who were clamoring for autographs and posing for pictures with band members. Anticipation wafted through the air like a hefty bong hit, as most of the fans I spoke with had seen the Cottonmouth Kings perform at least once before. A sound check marked the end of the meet and greet when suddenly my entire body was vibrating with the walls as the most thunderous bass I've ever experienced came thumping through the sound system. I was escorted backstage then, where I sat down with Daddy X, lead spokesman of the Cottonmouth Kings. Almost immediately after sitting down with him, I could see past the rock star exterior, as Daddy X opened up his thoughts and feelings on a number of topics. I began the interview by asking him to describe what life was like before the Cottonmouth Kings.
Well, I started off in music right out of high school. I started a punk rock band for fun with some friends called Doggy Style back in the day, and literally just started touring in a van and putting out records way back in the day. You know, it was like a punk rock band from Southern California. From there, I did music for a while. Then I moved up to LA and I started promoting events, and I actually started doing that back at Doggy Style. I used to throw a lot of punk rock shows. We put on shows with Social Distortion, TSOL, MIA, just all kinds of bands back in the day. We used to put on shows, and then after that, I started promoting events and nightclubs and concerts and raves and stuff like that. So did that for a while. Then,
So you pretty much got into the industry right out of high school.
yeah, right in high school, I just started. I was playing in a band. Then next thing I knew, we were touring the country in a van, and did that for some years. And then, like I said, after that, I was kind of, it's just kind of wanted to go search out different things. So I kind of stopped doing music for a minute, actually, and I do it more for a fun thing, you know what I mean? But I started promoting nightclubs and events, and I got more into that. And then always had a studio at the house, and I started to continue always making music and doing music for fun. I stopped pursuing it at anything other than just for a good time and a hobby, and then my brother and a couple good buddies that kind of grew up with, we formed the Humble Gods we just felt, we're just getting bored, just wanted to do a punk band. We really just did it for fun, to do some shows. So we started doing that, wound up getting a record deal somehow. And during that time, we started touring the country with the Humble Gods and putting out records, and then had a couple tragedies in that band. Jason Thirsk, the bass player, wound up committing suicide during the middle of that project. And then second bass player, Bianca Wilson, who you might know her from Betty Blowtorch, for those of you, rock and roll nostalgics out there. She wound up getting killed in the car accident in New Orleans, so we had 2 tragic deaths in that band. So then, but during that time, we started recording and forming what is the Cottonmouth Kings, just in the home studio. D-Loc and Johnny Richter used to come up, and Saint Dog used to come up. Me and D-Loc and Richter grew up in the same neighborhood. I was a little older than them, but when they graduated from high school, they started wanting to come up to the events and come to the Humble God shows and hanging out, and they were always rapping and stuff. I said, you guys are thinking about doing a group? And I said, we should just form this group. So we started recording songs and making some songs just at the home studio, and then the rest is kind of history. I started Suburban Noise Records to put out the first Cottonmouth King record, because we had compiled 20-something songs and we wanted to release it. And next thing you know, we wound up doing a joint venture deal with Capitol Records for the first 3 records. Since then, it's been just Suburban Noise Records has been completely independent and self-empowered. We have 24 acts on the label, and Cottonmouth Kings are just getting ready to release Cloud 9, our 9th studio full-length to date. And we've just been touring the country and doing this, and it's just taking on a life of its own,
So who came up with the actual name, the Cottonmouth Kings?
Well, when we first started, we were like you said, PTB was the very first name we came. Placentia is the town we come from, so we call P-Town. That's what they call it. And then Cottonmouth, when we called it Cottonmouth, when we got ready to put out the first record, we've been playing under the moniker Cottonmouth for about 2 years. And then when it was time to first release our record, Cottonmouth was already trademarked, and we had already, been playing and known as that name. So we just said Cottonmouth Kings,
Was there ever a point along the lines where you said to yourself, "Wow, I made it. I'm living the life of a performer, and I don't have to, go get a job at a convenience store or something like that"?
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously I've been fortunate enough through the as soon as I started promoting nightclubs is when I was actually really in promoting events. I was actually able to make a living doing what I love doing, and then just been doing that for a long time now. So this Cottonmouth Kings is pretty much what we do. We have our own label. We tour consistently, put out records, and we're all able to, make a living doing this. So we're blessed for sure,
How do you guys develop your songs? Because there's multiple people doing rhymes on each song. Yeah. Do you guys kind of collaborate at one time, or do you all kind of bring your own thing to the table when you're developing the songs?
Well, I think we a lot of songs come out different ways. Some comes from making the track first, then we write to the track. Other times we'll get out the guitar and just someone will have an idea for a hook, and it'll come that way. And then once someone brings an idea for a hook or an idea for a song, then everyone will come and collaborate at that point. So it's a collaboration. Everyone writes their own parts, and we just come together with hook ideas and stuff like that.
You've You've described the Cottonmouth Kings as kind of a movement, as sort of like a modern-day Grateful Dead, as far as people packing their bags and following you around. Do you find it a challenge to knowing that there's fans at a show who have seen you the previous few nights?
No, I that's not a challenge at all. I mean, the bottom line is every show has its own unique energy, and you know, every night is its own special performance. You know, so as far as that, I'm not comparing the size and the magnitude of Cottonmouth Kings to Grateful Dead. You know what I mean?
No, definitely not.
But it's just in a way that it is a subculture that exists outside the mainstream. Radio doesn't really recognize what we do. Mainstream press pretty much ignores what we do, but all across the country and then all across the globe, really everywhere we go, there seems to be this subculture of people that are just really connected to this band for some reason.
Kind of groundswell, grassroots kind of thing.
Absolutely, yeah. Been building it for 10 plus years, you know.
What kind of things do you guys do? You know, when you're not on the road and you're not playing music, is there like a certain like TV show or you know some sports team you guys all like follow together?
Well, you know, I mean, we spend so much time on the road and in the studio together that, and we actually hang out when we're not. You know, we hang out together when we're at home too. Everyone. This is the band, like a lot of guys ride dirt bikes in it. Some of us surf, skateboard. A lot of the guys are in these truggy trucks, these remote. They race professionally and shit on the truggy trucks. And, you know, just, I personally have a family. I have a wife and daughter, so I try to just spend, when I'm not on the road, trying to spend quality time with my daughter, go camping, go just, you know, live life, you know, do what we do.
So it's pretty much a family affair between you guys, would you say?
Yeah. Yeah, we just all... you know, this consumes such a big part of our lives, you know what I mean? So we're kind of, even when we're home, and it's also like, it's a 365, 24/7 kind of thing, you know what I mean? Even when you're not, you're like thinking about it or writing songs. When I'm not on the road, I write songs, and, you know, it's part of like just your daily ritual, you know what I mean?
When you guys, when you started, you know, playing out at venues, you know, songs about, you know, partaking in marijuana smoking, were you concerned about raising any red flags with law enforcement?
No, I don't, not at all. We just, when we first started, one of the things we all had in common is we like to smoke herb. We get together, smoke herb, make songs. It's just part of the, you know, I never have looked at herb as an evil or bad thing, you know. I do understand in America it is illegal, you know, and I do understand that. But as far as like a role of activism and stuff like that, for us it was never like, we weren't out to like, you know, get involved in like legally. We're just celebrating the herb and like what it meant to us on a daily basis. You know what I mean? Is just you know, something we use to enjoy life. But then as the band started to grow and we saw the responsibility and how many people everywhere we went loved herb, loved smoking herb, and so many just tragic stories of people being arrested for a joint or having a pipe and just like having their whole lives turned upside down by this. Then I started realizing, wow, man, there's really some unjust injustices happening against people, you know what I mean? And that's when we started like, wow, this is, you know, just start writing a little bit more about that just from our experiences. You know, it's just, you know, we have songs like Who's the Criminal? Like, you got the gun, we got the plant, who's the criminal, you know? Like the creator that created all forms of life, you know, no matter what religion you believe in, if you believe in that there is a greater power that, you know, is responsible for the life force within us all, create the animals, the human beings, the plants, everything in the fish in the ocean, but that plant marijuana was created by that creative life force, whatever that is to you, you know. But and for somebody with a gun to break down someone for planting or growing a plant is just insanity to me. It makes no common sense as a human being. I can't wrap my head around why there's such an issue with the plant, you know. And it does so much besides just, if you just look at hemp, you know, I mean, all the benefits, you know, from clothing to fuel to food to medicine. There's so many benefits from the plant from the cannabis plant. It's like, it really is an amazing plant. It's beyond me how any human being could make a natural creation illegal. It's that same mindset that justified like slavery and like European conquering of nations and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It falls into that same like Hitler. All of a sudden he had the power, so he all of a sudden, if you're Jewish, or something like that. And that was in Germany at that time. That's acceptable. It's that same kind of mentality. It makes no common sense, but these people with power want to, enforce that.
Kind of follow the crowd mentality.
Yeah, there's how a gun or alcohol is legal and a plant is illegal. That blows my mind.
And you guys have played Amsterdam, so there's I haven't been myself yet, but I mean, talk a little bit about the difference there, overall in society.
Well, we played Amsterdam on a number of occasions. I've also been there just as a traveling citizen with a couple friends. I made the voyage a couple times. It's obviously a society where weed is legal. You go in coffee shops and get weed. Pretty much everyone knows that by now, and it's just not that big of a deal. I mean, it's a real super thriving, healthy society. People riding bikes, living, great museums. It's a great town. It's an international town, and it's just not that big of a deal, to tell you the truth. You go there, you get mushrooms, hash cakes, weed, but it's just proof that it's a non-issue. America, I mean, weed might as well be legal. There's millions and millions and millions of people, from doctors, construction, all walks of life, lawyers, dentists. I personally know like so many professional, unprofessional people that enjoy herb. It's like, it's 2007. It's time we kind of have a little broader awakening and grasp of it. It's not America. There is millions and millions of pot smokers, functional pot smokers with families doing good things.
So Nancy Reagan was lying, huh? I guess marijuana doesn't really destroy society.
I personally think it unifies and bonds people together. Obviously, if you abuse anything, it will abuse you. I've seen people abuse marijuana to the point to where they're not properly functioning. I say everything in proper balance. If you drink too much carrot juice, it's bad for you. So I think everything in balance. Just try and find, and every individual is different. Some people weed doesn't work for. They don't get the benefits from it. Some people it has an adverse effect, and it's not for everybody. But the people that do enjoy it, and it seems to, that should be a choice that the individual should be able to make without some government or law enforcement making that choice for you.
And just for the record, I was the one who called Nancy Reagan a liar, not X. Just wanted to let that be out there. But on that topic, do you have any candidates running for president that you've been following particularly?
Yeah, Pac Leak from the Cottonmouth Kings, the visual assassin. We've nominated him for president. He's on his campaign, the Real Green Party, and we definitely plan on painting the White House green in 2008 with Big Pac. He's the write-in candidate.
The write-in candidate.
The candidate for the people, by the people.
Well, you heard it here on the Audio Stash.
I did hear that. I forget the guy's name, man, but he's actually a Republican. He's on the Bill Maher show.
Was that Ron Paul?
Yeah, I think it was Ron Paul. I thought he had a lot of good ideas. To tell you the truth, from what I've heard, he had, at least in the real realm of politics, he actually was making some sense to me.
He's been on the Stash before, actually. So you guys aren't expecting, I guess, to play the Democratic or National Convention next year?
Convention. Well, only if Pac Leak is in office will we be there.
Are you guys going to have a Real Green Party convention?
We have one every night on tour. Yes.
Right on. And just to close up here, what would you tell your fans and people out there listening who might just say, well, it's illegal and that's just the way it is and there's nothing I can do about it. What would you tell them?
Well, obviously there's a lot of states that have have made big progress with the medicinal marijuana. California, where we're from, being one of them. But I'd like to see it just decriminalized is what I would like to see for personal use up to an ounce. You can get involved with organizations like NORML and other organizations that are doing things. Do what you can do to get involved. The bottom line is be aware. Every state has different laws. There is Bruce Margolin, who's an attorney out in L.A. As a matter of fact, I think he was one of the directors of NORML at one point. If he's not anymore, I'm not exactly sure. But 1-800-420-LAWS, and call that number, and they'll send you the guide to being informed on marijuana laws, and know that it is still illegal. You will still get arrested for it in some states. Know what your rights are. Know your rights and know what your risks are. And just be smart about it and get involved. I would encourage people to get up and do something, get on a website, make some phone calls, write a letter. But if a lot of people's just civil defiance is rolling up a joint in their garage and smoking it, live your life, be free, be happy, enjoy your life, know the ramifications, especially if you start growing or selling herb on, just know that there is risk involved. Just know your rights, basically.
Know your rights. Well, Brad Daddy X of the Cottonmouth Kings, thank you so much for joining us on the Daily Audio Stash.
It's been a real audio pleasure, y'all. Check out the new Cottonmouth Kings record, Cloud 9, coming out August 28th. And other than that, check into cottonmouthkings.com for all the latest tour dates and all that good stuff. We want to say a big shout out to all our fans across the Cottonmouth Kingdom that have come out on the Strange Noise tour and continue to support us for all these years, making it possible. We appreciate it. Want to thank High Times Magazine for voting the Cottonmouth Kings the 2007 Stoner Band of the Year. We appreciate it. And we're just going to continue to blow smoke rings until we get this plant legalized.
Thank you.
That was our interview with Daddy X of the Cottonmouth Kings, conducted right here in Philadelphia at the Electric Factory. Rupert Kennedy, our remote audio stash producer there. Many thanks to Rupert for going out and get that interview for us this week. We've got another track from the Cottonmouth Kings here today. A big thanks to Daddy X, the Cottonmouth Kings, and Suburban Noise Records for letting us have all these tracks to play here on the Audio Stash. This is a brand new track. Here's City to City.
I ain't got no commitment on this tour, so this tour gonna be bitch haven. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be in the back of the van. It's gonna be called like Van Haven. Oh, we got a bus this time? That means we're gonna give the bitches like, hey baby, let's go back to Cottonmouth bus and let me bust it out. Make sure the vaporize on the bus for Pacaliga, baby. Caribou Lou, hella super dude. Takanina standing right here in front of you. So bend it over, baby. Let me see it pop. On this tour bus, we party till the pennies drop. Smell the greeny green? That's the Cottonmouth. That's my family, homie. Hold up, what you talking about? If it's negative, I don't wanna hear it. Eliminate the player haters with their evil spirit. Kansas City King, kicking it with the king. Take a whiff of weed and women, we for wicked things. Dame choices, bang hoy ditch. From the back of the bus, you hear strange noises. Here we come, baby. It's a party, bitch. If you mad at me, hey, sorry and shit. Tag 9, baby. Cottonmouth King. Keep your man at home, lady. I'm a freaky thing.
Hey there, homeboy. What's up? Wake up, cause the girl's real pretty. Time to get gritty. City to city. Hey there, homegirl. Better yet, say hey, kitty, kitty. It's time to get gritty. City to city.
Choo-choo, the change coming through. Underground railroad, thought you knew. Cottonmouth crew, drinking whiskey and brew. Going city to city, stick and move. Hey, ex-daddy, they call me Daddy X. Can I get a whoop-whoop for my homeboy Tag? Fuck checks, we getting paid in cash. We be the lords of the underground, dine and dash. Fuck that, put your ass on the table. Thoroughbred bitch, get fed in the stable. Backroom look, gather round real quick. Bitches sucking dick like carrots on a stick. What you think was gonna happen in your town? Cottonmouth the Deck 9, burn them down. Summertime madness in full effect. There's a heat wave, bitch, so get all dressed.
Hey there, homeboy. What's up? Wake up, cause the girl's real pretty. Time to get gritty. City to city. Hey there, homegirl. Better yet, say hey, kitty, kitty. It's time to get gritty. City to city.
Baby.
Me and Cottonmouth, we party and bullshit. We bullshit. Only be kicking it with niggas I'm cool with. I'm cool with. Put that back and then we off in your
whole 30 city tour, let's go. It's the kings of the West Coast with the dons of the middle of it, giving it to you and you finna love it. Hurdling your girly girdle after she sipping the purple, she purring the purpose is to get some purple and I got a fifth of whiskey, a grip of bitches with me, getting tipsy. A bag that we can roll up in zigzags, I hold up and get back, your girl ain't acting the ass with us. Liquor, liquor, I barely know what, but we'll see. Wait till we finish the show up, show off your ass and titties, she laugh and giggle and smash in city to city, let's go.
Hey there, homeboy.
What's up? Wake up, cause the girl's real pretty. Time to get gritty, from city to city.
Hey there, homeboy.
Better yet say, hey, kitty, kitty. It's time to get gritty, from city to city.
Rick double dash, yeah, we get it crackin'. Big Chris Tech 9, what's up, blood, what's happening? Making bounce, making bounce up noise in this motherfucker, turn the party out like wow. Strange the name, KC with the gangster shit, yeah. You know music for life, homie, don't trip. You know how we do when we rock like this.
Like this and like that, one's cute, one's fat, but what you gonna do? Fuck it, take them both to the back. Now back it up, pretty lady, it's time to get crazy. Working like a stripper girl and give it to me, baby. The boys is wildin' out like Nick Cannon. Got 24 bitches standing in the line, panning, waiting for a chance to get a piece of the man. No, I'm not saying I'm a paper sipper, do what I can, ha ha.
Hey there, homeboy.
What's up? Wake up, cause the girl's real pretty. Time to get gritty, from city to city.
Hey there, homegirl.
Better yet say, hey, kitty, kitty. It's time to get gritty, from city to city.
What's up, guys? This is Miss High Times 2007, and you're chilling with us here at the NORML Podcast.
That was City to City by the Cottonmouth Kings. Make sure to check out Suburban Noise Records to find out more information about their new album, Cloud 9. We also have links to download it on iTunes right up on our website at normalaudiostash.com. And during this Labor Day weekend, folks, make sure you take a moment to make a donation to National NORML or Join NORML right now today. Can't say it enough here, folks. It's all of us. It's going to take every single one of us to make sure that marijuana law reform happens here in the United States. Every single one of us needs to participate in reform and show that there is a growing choir of voices demanding that our federal government end prohibition today. So make your voice heard. Join NORML today at NORML.org. Everyone, have a fun and safe holiday weekend. You've been listening to NORML's Daily Audio Stash, the growing truth about cannabis. Make sure you visit our website at normalaudiostash.com. That's NORMLAUDIOSTASH.com for more information about every day's show. I'm your host, Chris Goldstein. Thanks for listening today. See you at 4:20 tomorrow.
Hi, this is Willie Nelson from NORML. For 30 years, NORML has provided a voice for the millions of Americans who smoke marijuana responsibly. More than 500,000 Americans are arrested each year for smoking pot. These are ordinary citizens like you and me, whose lives and careers are being needlessly destroyed. To learn how you can help, contact NORML at www.norml.org or call toll-free at 888-67-NORML.
The podcasting technology of NORML is made possible by Red Aphid Interactive Media. More information at redapphid.com.